Hi everyone, I have here the LEGO City Double-Decker Sightseeing Bus. It's a set that comes out on June 1st, but I was able to access it earlier than that in May. It's a 7+ set with 384 pieces, set number is 60407, and it comes with these awesome figures here, including the very nice baby. Always great to get this. Here's a look at the back of the box. It's pretty exciting. Let's open it and see what's inside. There's quite a lot of stuff in this box, which is quite heavy. So there's bag 1, 2, and 3, so 3 bags. They're larger than some of the bags that I've seen recently. There's this pretty large sticker sheet for a set of this size. There's also this rather thick instruction manual. I'm wondering why it's so thick. And here is the part list, for those of you who are interested. You can pause the video to take a closer look. So as usual, I will build the set without the instructions, but because there's numbered bags, I will use the building phases so I can figure out what can I build with bag 1, bag 2, etc. So without further ado, let's get started with the build. This is the building phase that I will be using for bag 1. I'll use only this visual and nothing else. I will be using a brick separator to apply the stickers. However, this is not included in the set. You'll need to get it separately. Yeah, it's mind-blowing to me how this piece and this piece, they fit perfectly together. Wow, it's like magic. When you have small amounts of diverse pieces in various colors, it's often faster to just sort them by color and then pick the piece that you want. When you have more pieces, then you'll need to sort them more thoroughly by type. But for now, this is fine. I think this is going to make building a lot faster from now on. Alright, so here I have to mention that this piece here is scratched, which is unfortunate. So if you get a piece that's scratched, you want it not to be scratched, you have to call LEGO customer service and tell them, hey, it's scratched. Sometimes they ask for a picture, sometimes they just take your word for it, and then they send you another one and hopefully the replacement is not scratched either. So it's disappointing that these transparent pieces made with the softer plastic have these scratches on them. And yes, it's a scratch, I can't wipe it off, because I can feel it here and it's like, it's fully baked in. That's definitely something that LEGO needs to improve in the future, and many people have called them out on it, including very large LEGO YouTubers and others, but for some reason they seem to not do this on a consistent basis. You might be wondering why LEGO chose to use these Technic pieces and link them together instead of doing something more straightforward. It's just because this column right here is very long, and so they wanted to have a way to like have the red side and the black side not be completely disconnected from the bottom all the way to the top. The solution is to link these pieces together using a hidden Technic pin. So at first I did not realize why they did this, but then I'm like, oh, it's actually pretty smart. It makes the build more stable by just adding one more piece. And these extra Technic pieces are always good to add to your collection, either for use as decoration, because this could be like a birdhouse at microscale, or just for use with different mechanisms. So these are nice pieces to get. So the good news is that if you just want a standard single decker bus, maybe because you have height restrictions in your LEGO city, you could pretty much follow the instructions all the way to bag 2, and for bag 3 just add these pieces on top, and you can attach this piece here like with some minor modifications and just connect these pieces, maybe make this look a little bit nicer, and you have a nice single decker bus. And then of course it's easy to add all these pieces to make the double decker version, and that's what I will do right now. Alright, we're done with the build. I'm just going to clean things up and let's talk about the set. So I'll start with the figures. The two ladies here look really nice. Sorry about the focus there. I'll just move the box so it focuses only on the figures. Yeah, so very nice printing from all around. No side printing obviously at this scale. And only this one has an alternative expression, this one does not. You also got this tour guide and or bus driver, as well as a tourist who looks very happy to be on this nice bus. I love the printing here for the shirt. It's really modern, looks really stylish, it fits him very well. This guy is just so happy, like with the glasses and the beard. We don't get too many bearded LEGO minifigures, so I'm very happy to see this one. So yeah, very nice figures to get. I don't think they're exclusive, but they're still pretty nice. Finally, the most important figure in the set is this cute little LEGO baby. Very, very nice, very cute. It's simple, it doesn't have any printing like some of those space ones, but it's still very nice to get. It's all one piece except for the head that gets screwed on and off. And here's a baby scale compared to a regular minifigure. So quite thick for a baby, but it's needed to basically fit on one stud. So yeah, that's pretty funny. Now let's talk about the bus itself. My first reaction after finishing the build was that, oh wow, this thing is thin. It's tall. I guess the second floor helps with that impression, but it's also very thin. It's only 6 studs wide. I built cars, including the LEGO Dreams car. Yeah, here it is. Now just look at the width difference between these two. It's hard to take the bus seriously when it's so thin. Oh, sorry about that. Don't want to run over the baby, especially. Yeah, so you can see here, like, there's such a big difference. I think the bus would have been much better if it was 8 studs wide instead of 6. Like those 2 studs, one on this side, one on this side, really make a big difference. You can see it here clearly. But the positive of making it thin like this is that it's going to be more compatible with the standard LEGO City road plates, and also it's going to be quite a bit cheaper, because if this was 8 studs wide, I would imagine it would cost $10, $15 more. So yeah, it's a pretty nice bus to get. I like double-decker buses, although I wish there was an option to have it completely covered, although again that would have cost extra. But if for whatever reason you just want a single-decker bus, like for example you have a bridge or you have something that makes this too tall for you, or you just prefer to have it single-decker, you just leave most of these pieces out and you have a single-decker bus, and these other pieces you can use them for other stuff in your personal collection, so it's not a total waste. You can make this a single-decker bus with just the pieces in the set. You might want to take out the stairs as well that are there. Also, if it rains, the rain is going to go all the way down in there, so it's not completely realistic. So yeah, there's that to keep in mind. There's lots of windows here that let light in, so that's always very good. There's 2 doors, a single door here and a double door in the middle, so that's pretty nice. And I see here this clip. Well, in case you're wondering what it's for this stroller. Like, if I push this, I believe I push it forward at just the right angle, I should be able to clip it there. Yes, there we go. So that's how it clips into place. Of course, it's easier to see the bottom layer if you just remove this top layer. Because of all the tiles that are done here, just like with a modular building, it's very easy to remove the top and then put it back on. So that's very good for play. There are these pieces that get in the way. If you don't like them, you can just omit this part and replace this with like a 1x1 if you want to have it like completely continuous, but that will impact the stability of the model, so LEGO would not recommend that. Let's put the figures inside and see how they look like. Yeah, so I was able to put them all inside with some difficulty. It's kind of hard to put them in from the top, but there they are. They look like a pretty happy bunch. Here's a look from the other side. Yeah, this looks really nice. Yeah, that reminds me of the childhood buses I used to make out of LEGO way back in the day. When the cute little baby is smiling here, yeah, that's just so awesome. Unfortunately, there aren't enough minifigures to also fill the top floor, just with the ones that are included in the set. If they did that, the set would probably cost $100. Not really if they added all these minifigures, so you would need to add those from your own collection. So because this is a tourist bus, I'll invite the alien tourist to, well, not sit, he can't sit, but he can stand here. The alien tourist is sold separately, by the way, and just limited edition, so get him while you still can, and check out my YouTube shorts if you want to learn more about the space minifigures. Lots of stickers in this set, big sticker sheet for the set size, but if you don't like the stickers, you can leave most of them off, and I think it'll still be okay. You probably want to keep this one though, and maybe this one, the city tour. These ones are, I think you can leave them off and it won't be a big deal. This sticker here is a reference to something. If you know what that is, comment down below. And this sticker, you probably skipped that one as well. And we do have here an openable bay for the battery. There's actually an electric bus. That's interesting to see. And yeah, the front doesn't really do anything except for this thing here. So these are actually printed pieces, and you can rotate this. It's really fun to rotate it to indicate the bus's destination, so that's pretty cool. Now, each of these tiles actually represents another Lego set. So this one is the Natural History Museum. This one is the downtown Lego City set from last year. This harbor set is the one from this summer. And the park, I'm not quite sure which exact set it refers to, or maybe it's a future set that Lego will release very soon. So that's pretty nice to see. Yeah, there's some details here. I'm not going to describe all the pieces one by one, but I'll just give the general thoughts that I have. One thing I think about is these seats. The teal and the red remind me of the Chinese New Year celebrations or lunar New Year celebration sets that Lego puts out at the start of each year. So that's reminiscent of those. And yeah, let's drive the bus around a little bit. Oh, and what's this? Someone dropped their cell phone. So we do get one cell phone in this set and one camera. So yeah, turning the bus around is a little bit difficult. Doable, not impossible, but because there's no steering, it's a little bit awkward, and it's going to make some noises if you're not on like a carpet or something like that. Of course, going back and forth is perfectly smooth. And here's another comparison of a standard Lego car, which are now mostly 8 sleds wide. So yeah, comparing from all angles. And here's a look at that without the top. So if it was a regular city bus, it would be more like this. Yeah. In terms of the building experience for this set, the bus, I found it to be enjoyable. It was a nice puzzle. Lots of parts were very straightforward, like this window goes here, the sticker goes here, and it has to be 1x6 because that's the size of the sticker. The seats, obviously, they go here. So lots of stuff was very obvious. But on the other hand, there were some things that were less obvious, like how this thing came here together at the back. This part right here is actually completely done studs on the side. So that was pretty nice to figure out. Also, surprisingly, one thing that I was not expecting is the way they did the connections of the wheels to the main assembly. I did it completely wrong at the beginning, and then I had to do it at the end if you paid attention to the speed build. So this is an interesting way to do it, and it's only at the end that I realized what they came up with. I'm pretty sure this is what Lego did, because this is the only way that all the pieces fit and the wheels are not like protruding outwards. So in terms of challenge, I do think this is a nice Lego set to give to a child. If you want to challenge them to build it without the instructions, it's reasonable. There are some parts that are a little bit tricky. They might need to think about it, maybe take a little pause and come back, but it's definitely doable. I was able to do it with, like, I didn't time myself for this one, but I was able to do this basically most of bags 1, 2, and 3 in about 2 hours. And yeah, you can do it in even less if you're really, really dedicated and you know what you're doing. So yeah, it's a fun build, and the end result looks good in my opinion. Stickers are a bit subjective, but other than that, I like the red color. It reminds me of the London buses, and there was a much larger Lego Creator Expert London bus that Lego did a few years ago, so this one reminds me of that. If you want to convert this one to an official Route Master, you're going to have to add some of your own pieces and cover up the top, but this actually gives you a good starting point. So you just add a few more of your own pieces, and you turn it into a Route Master. Comment down below if you want me to do that. So yeah, that's it for my look at this set. I think the price and value are reasonable. This set costs $30 US, $40 Canadian, and I think that's well within the realm of reasonability. You got a bunch of nice figures, including the very cute baby with the stroller. You got the bus with some printed pieces. I wish there were more. And the design is pretty likable. Also, you could turn it into a single-decker bus with very, very minor effort, so it kind of gives you additional flexibility, and I appreciate that. And yeah, there's not much negative to say about it. In terms of accessibility, you can fit a stroller or a wheelchair. I do have a wheelchair from another Lego City set. That one will fit just fine. Unfortunately, there is no ramp, but if they were to add a ramp, it would significantly increase the complexity, so you kind of have to imagine that there's a ramp, or maybe supply one from your own pieces, like one of these pieces, for example. Yeah, or just use your imagination. So yeah, that's it for my thoughts on this set. What do you think? Comment down below, and make sure you're subscribed to the channel so that you don't miss out my upcoming Lego reviews and other videos I'll be working on. Thank you so much for tuning in to Versatile Fun Designs, and I'll see you all in the next one.